Okay, 3 minutes.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, we're gonna get the 6
I know. Half hour behind. What, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
What time is it? 7:21.
You on?
I am on.
Talk about Boston.
Spitfire time.
Hey folks, I have no idea if you can hear me, but it looks like they got 3 minutes on the game clock. We're just waiting for the water to freeze, and here they come. Okay.
Lila's ready to go.
Lila is fired up. Wow. Okay. Well, with that very animated introduction, I feel more ready now. Like, I'm perked up. So, Lila doing her part. Get the girls fired up for our second game in 12 hours. But we had a long break, Doug. Really long break.
We did. Hopefully.
Yeah. Normally it's sort of more like a 4 or 6 hour break. That was
enough to get some food, little cat nap, and right back at it. Yeah, it was a long break.
We had a full Boston day in the fog and freezing rain. Although it didn't really freeze, thank goodness.
Not too bad.
It was wet. But
could have been worse, that's for sure.
It does make you, reminds us that living in Colorado is a little nicer.
It's not that seaborne cold coming in, huh?
But the girls are fired up to get going here. Once the puck drops, it doesn't matter how dark it is outside. And it feels dark and foggy, but anyway. Girls in white today, see?
We are the home team.
The Tide commercial and the logo jerseys. And it took me like half the season to realize we got two different kinds of jerseys. We got the Colorado logo on the whites, classic circle, and then now on the darks actually just have the Colorado spelled out, which I like. I guess I'm a classic jersey guy.
I'm more partial to the blues. I gotta say, I like the blues.
The blues look good.
Sit and watch these guys. If there's anything interesting on the play-by-play.
Okay, yeah, we got Nathan. You want to give a shot? Look, Nathan, get on camera. There he is. Look at this guy. That's our. He's literally our replay guy.
There we go.
We've got multiple iPads going over here. We've got fans. We got fans. Everybody wave. iPads. Good staff. We got the grandparents. Matt's back there. Matt looks like he's ready to go. Russell, you want to get on camera, show all the folks at home? Is anyone watching? Wave to the camera. We're putting you guys on. There you go. And Doug, you've never been on the camera. Go over there. Hey, go wave. No one knows what you look like.
That's fine. I got a face made for radio. It's okay.
Okay, he's going to just be the voice. No one knows what he looks like. Incognito. Well, I know we have lots of grandparents around multiple countries, so.
I heard we had quite the audience in the Philippines this morning.
We did? Okay, good.
So.
We thought those Wisconsin grandparents were far away, but I think the
Philippines
grandparents
take it.
Family, I think I heard some in the Middle East as well. And one of the aunts may be watching from Dubai or other very different weather wherever that is going on. The St. John Cooper family is watching this with less ice around.
This is an international broadcast for sure.
And we get paid double because of that.
Right, yeah, exactly. It sounds good to me.
It's fun to be able to do this. I mean, one of the great silver linings of all that COVID hockey was that we created this stuff. And I figured out video cameras.
The only reason why I got into it.
Yeah, me
was
too.
my way to get inside the rink and watch the game.
That's right. That's right. And if you go back on it, if you can find those YouTube broadcasts or Facebook, wherever they are.
Oh, they're hilarious.
We are much more professional now there was a lot more yelling and screaming than it should have been. But the grandparents seemed to appreciate it when the swearing started. Old school. But
brought back memories, huh?
It sure did. I'm pretty sure my mom got kicked out of a rink, but there was more drinking in the 60s and 70s when my older brother was playing.
I could always hear my mom's voice pierce the entire arena when I did something stupid. No matter what.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You're tuned to it.
Uh-huh. No, it was my full name.
Douglas.
From the stands. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Middle name, too. Yeah, that's good.
If it was bad enough, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I think we're gonna Molly's gonna be in net today, swapping it out. They usually go back and forth on these types of two games per day. And I don't know, there's a dance going on down there between, is that B and Belina? It is, yeah. They have their own special handshake after. And it's getting more elaborate as the season goes on. It used to be about 2 or 3 seconds. Now it's full 30, 40 seconds.
Put the game on hold, get the handshake finished, and we're going to be ready to go.
But hey, ritual, so the whole thing.
First period coming our way right now.
Looks like it's Lena and B, and Finley's coming out with Lexi and Selena. And you can do the last names.
Yep. Molly to the net, in the net to our right. We're ready for the face-off of period one. Kelly settles in for the draw. Good win over to the sideboard. Picked off there by Riedlinger. Moves that back. Kelly leaves it for Pugh. Here on the near side board, Spitfires pick up possession. Looking for game's first shot. Couldn't quite get one off. Now over to the far side. Chipped up and over the net. Now here on the near side board. Down out of the corner, Spitfires looking for that centering pass just off the mark. Broken up there by Team Colorado. Sherman couldn't quite find that in her skates. Spitfires get that back down deep into the TC zone. Now over on the far side board. They'll pull out to the high slot, trying to work their way towards the net. Broken up there. Now Sherman battling for it in the corner. Spitfires still maintaining possession deep in the TC zone. Ladies in white off a bit of a slow start. Spitfires running the table here in the TC zone. Shot in on net. Save made by Spinks. And now TC able to get it out. Wiedmeyer chips it down into the Spitfire zone, and they'll go for the change. Sherman, the lone forechecker, gets some reinforcements off the bench. Now Spitfires with the breakout through center, making their way back into the TC zone here on the near side. Pass drop out to the middle. Shot fired, deflected by traffic out front. Sanchong Pupin looking for that. I'm sorry, there's Brennick over there on the far wing, not Rose. That's Piper Brennick. Huang kicks it around to the backside. Pass up to Brennick, and a short one up to Masiello, picked off there by the Spitfires. They'll regroup back inside their own zone. Deckers looking for that pass to break that up. Spitfires get it out to center. They'll have to regroup once more just inside their zone. Out at center, pass deflected off the leg of Deckers. Picked up by Belina Huang here right in front of us. And now Brennick trying to make her way into the Massachusetts zone. Couldn't quite get that deep enough. Egan will scoop it up for Team Colorado. Now picked off by the Spitfires just inside. Backhand shot and save made by Spinks. Bouncing puck on Egan, and the Spitfires take advantage of this solid opportunity. But now Chocolate's Chase is on the move back into the Spitfire zone. Mainwaring picks up the loose puck, couldn't quite keep a handle on it. Walsh unable to corral it either. Back out to center ice. Visa picks it up for Team Colorado, backs it up to Rican, and immediately up to Chocolate's Chase. She goes cross ice looking for Mainwaring. Couldn't keep a handle on that out at center ice. The Spitfires able to kick that back into the TC zone. Rican will scoop it up out of the corner, get some pressure from the Spitfires forecheckers. Now out of the near side corner, Massachusetts with control. Makes her way out to the high slot, looking for a shot from the left side. In on net, save made by Spinks, and kick back behind the TC net. Now Team Colorado will get back possession inside their own zone. Visa moving it up out to center. Bouncing puck. Chocolate's Chase kicks that back to Rican inside the TC zone. She'll go behind the net for Robinson. Now pass from Visa, hits traffic right out front in the slot. Now quick shot from Spitfires. Spinks gets a piece of that, kicks it off to the far side corner. Now centering pass deflected out towards the middle. Swept out of danger now from the left side point. Shot in on Spinks, another save made. Spitfires now peppering Spinks once more inside the TC zone. Picked up by Robinson, looking for Sangchung Pupin, couldn't quite connect. Spitfires pick it off once more now from the left side. Looking for that centering pass, blocked there by Spinks. Massachusetts still with control, good stick there from Visa. Couldn't quite clear the zone. Spitfire still with control in the far side corner. And now Visa, short kick up to Sangchung Pupin. She'll get it cleared out to center. Spitfires player loses a stick. It floats down the length of the ice. No icing here on this, giving TC a chance for a change. Spitfires now from behind their net. Long pass up to the far side, just off the mark. Picked up by Riedlinger. She'll kick it over to Pugh here on the near side. Pugh's pass attempt to Choi, broken up there by the Spitfires. Battle for it here on the near side board. Choi and Pugh will get some help from Kelly. Now kicked out towards the net. Spinks turns out aside. Riedlinger picks it up back behind the TC net. Trapped up over the far side. Wiedmeyer gets some help from Kelly. Spitfires kick that back into the TC zone. Offside the call. 10-12 left to go in the first period. 0-0 still the score, despite the numerous shot attempts from Massachusetts.
I got shots for 6-0.
TC looking pretty flat here to start this first frame.
I'll say we got to move our legs. Holy moly, this is
Kelly with the
men
face-off.
versus the girls.
Yes. Won by the Spitfires. They'll dump it back down into the TC zone. Wrong side of the red line. That'll have enough for an icing call.
Hey, at least take that.
We
We're going
will
to be in
take
the
that.
offensive zone for the first time in a long time. I'm not sure what's happened here. The girls look a little flat-footed. Face-off win here would be nice.
Puck drop to the right of the Spitfires goaltender. Kelly with the draw for Team Colorado, tied up on the dock. Kicked over to the near side corner. Spitfires with possession. Moving it out to center. Blocked there by the skates of Sherman. Now Egan across the Huang up to Sherman. Picked up by Wiedmeyer. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that. Massachusetts will take that back behind their own net. Pass up the far side board now out to center. Deflected over to the wing. On the left side, Spitfires back in the TC zone. They'll dump it deep. Odd bounce off the glass stanchion right out to the slot.
Good back check.
And picked up there by Kelly
Got
and
away
kept
with
out
one,
of
but
trouble.
that was a good check.
Brennick sends one towards the net just off the mark. Goes over to the near side corner. Cleared out to center. Visa trying to chip that back towards the Spitfire zone. Massachusetts back to work in the TC zone. Visa working with Deckers here on the near side. Kick back down low behind the Team Colorado net. Massachusetts picks up possession once more. And now Brennick trying to kick that out to center. Across to Deckers. Deckers looking for the shot, blocked by Spitfires defender. Rieken kicks it back down to Deckers. Puck stolen there by the Spitfires. And they move it out to center. Cross ice pass over to the near side wing, and they'll dump it down deep in the TC zone. Visa meets it there in the corner and almost kicked out front by the Spitfires forechecker. Now out of the corner, Mainwaring kicks that back down to Visa. Visa couldn't quite keep a handle on that. The Spitfires kick that back up to their left side point. Shot from afar, deflected out front past Spinks. Goes wide right. And now Visa quick up to Mainwaring. Mainwaring's going to dump that down into the Spitfire zone. TC on the change. Mainwaring the lone forechecker in. Before it back behind the net. Couldn't quite get that corralled. Walsh in off the quick change. Now right out front. Short chance for Mainwaring. Couldn't quite sneak that past the Spitfire goaltender. Save made and held for the whistle with 8 minutes flat left to go here in the first period.
Yeah, we got chip in and Mainwaring, as you call her, went in there and caused some trouble. I got a nice opportunity.
Walsh with the draw, kicked over to the Spitfires. They're right up, back to work. Through center into the TC zone. Now Pugh grabs it back behind Spinks.
Whoa, come on, there's a hook.
Pugh spun around on that play, kicking it back to the corner. Now across the Chotvik's chase to Mainwaring over on the right side. Couldn't quite keep that one corralled. Spitfires break that up and kick that back into the TC zone. Walsh finds Chotvik's chase over on the near side board. Cross ice pass picked off there by Spitfires. Kicked all the way down into their zone. TC going for fresh legs. Sangchong Pupin off the bench, trying to break up that advance out to center. Pugh stops it right there in front of the TC bench. Has some room over on the far side, but broken up there by the Spitfires. They'll kick it back into the TC zone. Riedlinger will scoop it up for Team Colorado. Up to Choi on the near side board. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that. Spitfires back down deep into the TC end. Back behind the net. Spitfires hold the line over on the left side. Now Robinson able to chip that out to center, regroup for Massachusetts, back into the TC zone. Riedlinger from the near side sends it across to Pugh. Pugh's going to relieve the pressure, send that down the length of the ice, just wide of the goal.
I think that was a shot.
Hoping for the
I
shot.
think she was going. I gotta count that as a missed shot.
Icing will be the call with 6:36 left to go in the first period.
She was definitely aiming for the net, so we do count shot attempts around here. We're professional.
Face off to the right of Spinks, deep in the TC zone. Kelly with the draw for Team Colorado. Spitfires will take possession, overpowering Kelly on that one. Back up top to the point. Sherman trying to push that one out to center. Spitfires able to hold the line, get it down deep into the near side corner. Once more kept alive. Well, there we go. Wiedemeyer able to get it pushed out to center. Kelly leaves it for Pugh. Up to Wiedemeyer. She'll dump it down into this Massachusetts zone. Massachusetts trying to get a pass up on the far side board. Now back out to center. Chips past Egan. Huang. Good play there by Belina Huang. Pushed down on the play. And a delayed call against Massachusetts. That will result in the game's first power play for Team Colorado.
And that is just being rewarded for good hard work.
Yes, it was. Great play by Huang on that.
She just dug deep and said, if I don't get the puck, I'm taking you out. And I don't think the other player liked that very much. I
don't think so.
Pushed her down. And here we go. Maybe despite the current 6-1 shot total, maybe something can come together on the power play here for TC.
90-second opportunity on the clock for Team Colorado. Power play unit out for the ladies in white. Kelly Walsh, traffic chase up top. Pugh and Visa on the back end. Pugh dumps that down deep for Kelly. Back behind the Spitfires net, gets some help from Walsh. Walsh now up top to Visa. Back to Pugh on the left side. Pugh a little bit of trouble with the penalty killer for the Spitfires. Walsh throws one across the front of the goal looking for Chotvik's chase. Couldn't connect. The puck sent the length of the ice. Icing will be the call. As a reminder, the 90-second penalties and icing is active on the penalty kill.
We're going to get our second power play unit out here, which is great. Haven't seen these girls yet this weekend.
It's great work by the first unit this morning. Almost capitalizing on that cross ice from Pugh to Chotvik's chase. We'll see what the second unit can do. Masiello with the face-off, couldn't quite keep that corralled. Spitfire sending that around to the near side board. Wiedemeyer for Team Colorado, working out of the corner. Kept inside the zone by Egan. Now chipped out to center. Long will collect it back inside the Team Colorado zone. Across to Sherman. Short pass up to Wiedemeyer. Spitfires player gets there first, though. Almost a questionable play there by Wiedemeyer. Trying to get it back into the Spitfire zone. They'll clear back out to center ice. Fed through the legs of Huang. Now Spitfires into the TC zone, threatening here on the penalty kill. Spinks stays sharp, pushes that one back to the side. Huang with a short pass up to Wiedemeyer. Gets around the Spitfire player. Now some help from Masiello. Just inside the Spitfire zone here on the near side board. Spitfires back to full strength. Successful penalty kill for Massachusetts. And now back into the TC zone from the left side. Shot. Bouncing puck goes just wide. Not sure if Spinks got a glove on that or not. Now cleared out to center. Do that completely missed. Okay. Spitfires back to work now from the right side. Shot in on Spinks. Save made and held for the whistle. 3:54 left to go here in the first period. TC unable to capitalize on the power play. Will need to tame the momentum gain from the penalty kill for the Spitfires. Face off to the left of Spinks, deep in the TC zone. That's Walsh out there. We'll take it back behind the TC net, stop short. Up to Mainwaring over on the far side. Mainwaring trying to get through. Loses the puck over on that far side. Spitfires back with control. They'll move it across to the right side point. They'll send it back down low. Picked up by Visa out of the corner. pestered by the forecheck pressure of the Spitfires. Now cross ice pass to Mainwaring.
Beautiful pass.
Out to center. Chips it
goes.
past Spitfires player. It has a short 2-on-1 here with Chotvik's chase. Fires one in on net, just goes wide. And it'll make its way all the way back into the TC zone. Reeking across to Visa on the regroup. Spitfires on the change, giving TC a little room to move. Walsh now up to Chotvik's chase. Gets through center back into the Spitfires zone. TC showing some signs of life here late in the first frame. Spitfires now 2-on-1 developing here for the Spitfires just inside the zone. Pass across. Those puck Spinks with the reach. Keeps it out. What a save by Molly Spinks. Now right back in. Spinks once more with a good poke check. Spitfires player couldn't handle that pass. And now block shot by Emily Visa. Right into the TC crest. Visa with it back behind the TC net. Backhand pass looking for Brennick over on the far side board, picked off there by Massachusetts. Now from the high slot, and a glove save made by Spinks and held for the whistle.
Holy, talk about the goalie bailing you out.
Wow.
We got totally discombobulated there. We had mixed shifts and girls were standing around out of position. We dodged a bullet.
Looking ugly there on that exchange.
God, we're going to have to wake up here because we're not moving our feet.
2:16 left to go here in the first period. Face off to the right of Spinks. Picked up by Selena Pugh. Off the draw from behind Spinks. Trouble there from Spitfires forecheck. Riedlinger now kicks it up to Deckers on the near side, kept alive by Spitfires, and save made on that shot attempt, kicked up into the netting for a stoppage in play.
Still 0-0, just under 2 to go in the first. But shots are 12-1 at this point by my count.
Wow.
We did not see this coming.
Face off now to the left of Spinks. Masiello ties up on the dot. Now Riedlinger trying to scoop that up. Spitfires pushing that down below the goal line now, taken by Masiello. Trying to move that out to center. Masiello rushes that out. Spitfires regroup right back into the TC zone. Riedlinger from the far side corner pushes the Spitfire player off the puck. Now Spitfires regain control. From the left point, shot sent wide right. Deckers out of the near side corner. Masiello looking for it back behind the TC net. Spitfire still with control. Masiello loses his stick in the body of the Spitfire player. Not sure what happened there on that one. And now Pugh will pick up the dump in behind the TC net. 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Pugh trying to sidestep the Spitfire player, but pinched off and kicked back into the CC zone. Now pass looking for Deckers off the mark. Spitfires back towards the TC zone. Wiedenmeyer trying to get that puck free. Kelly picks it up for Team Colorado. Working her way through center. Chips it into the Spitfire zone. They'll move it quickly back out to center up the right side. Back into the TC zone. Gets around 2 TC players in on that shot. Save made by Spinks. Now looking to chip it up the boards to Kelly. Kelly gets it moved out to center. Spitfires will go right back up the strong side. Kicking it back into the TC zone. Scooped up by Pugh just inside the TC zone. Pass attempt by Wiedenmeyer blocked by traffic. Now out at center, Wiedenmeyer couldn't quite corral that loose puck. Egan across to Huang, now up to Wiedenmeyer. That'll do it. Time expires in the first period. TC lucky to keep this game knotted at 0 as we make our way towards the second.
Well, I think we need to pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Just start fresh.
Let's have one of those excellent second periods we've had earlier in the season. Because that first period was ugly.
Credit the Spitfires for moving their feet and moving the puck really quick. That was...
They're catching us flat-footed for sure.
That was much faster than we saw this morning. So either we're slow or they're fast. The general consensus from the peanut gallery is that we are slow.
We are slow.
So,
and that was a quick response on the slow consensus.
We have a very sharp peanut gallery here, turns out. Yeah, that was something. Yeah. The old Muppet guys. I already look like one of those guys. I had the same duster as that guy. Yeah. Old and grumpy. Yeah, I think the coach is going to just say, guys, we're going to move our feet. We stop watching the puck like, a dazed deer, because that's kind of what we stopped standing and watching them skate around us and on the end. And that's very uncharacteristic. We tend to have much better coverage.
Let's bring back some of that aggressive play we saw this morning against the Polar Bears.
Yeah, shake off the Boston lobster rolls or whatever it was that happened during the day today. Let's get focused here. They are bringing out Haley's line with CC Grin. Going to get a good look at number 6.
15 minutes on the clock. We're ready for the second period.
And it is
Walsh.
Meredith and Boline in the back.
Rolling in for the face-off. Wins that back to Egan.
Good omen. He won the first thing.
Mainwaring able to trap that up, pushes it into the Spitfire zone. Massachusetts picks it up behind their own net. Now out from behind their net. Long pass off the mark. And ruled no icing. Deflected by a TC player. Now trapped up down in the TC zone on the far side. Picked up by Rican. Pass across to Mainwaring. Couldn't quite keep that one out of trouble. Now from the near side board. Swept towards the middle, but picked off there by Haley Walsh. Walsh off the boards into the Spitfire zone. Pat Chotvik's chase out front, couldn't quite keep possession, and the Spitfires moved that back through center into the TC zone on the left side. Good stick there by
tough change right now.
Lena Hong. Very bad change. Spitfires with the control out of the far side corner. Spring around, working away around several TC players. Now finally kicked out to center down the length of the ice, and that'll have enough steam for an icing call. And we'll come back into the TC zone and hopefully reset once more.
And maybe these officials have been here all day. This is their 9th game of the day. I remember talking to a guy, I think it was California, I think he'd done 7 or 8 games that day. So hard on them as well. Yeah.
Face off to the left of Spinks, back in the TC zone. Masiello with the draw. Decker's looking for in on. Spinks makes the save. Now Spitfires back with control. Fires one towards the net. Off a leg and deflected wide. Never made it to Spinks. Now from back behind the net, Spitfires player takes a tumble. Back up to the point, kept alive inside the TC zone. Moving out to the middle, now picked up by Masiello, short pass to Deckers. Deckers now on the move, pushes it into the Spitfire zone. Looking to beat that Spitfire player, they'll push it back around behind their net. And Massachusetts will maintain control inside their own zone, looking for the breakout. Brennick trying to battle that one loose in the high slot, but the Spitfires regain control. And they're back to work in the TC end. Good stop there by Reagan Rican. Now picked up by Brennick. She'll shovel it down into the Spitfire zone. Go for the change. Sherman in on the forecheck for Team Colorado. Kick back up the far side board. Push down into the corner. Now intercepted right out front. And it's shot there from Sherman. Good chance on that loose puck. Save made by the Spitfires goaltender. Now looking for Kelly Sherman with the pass attempt. Kelly will collect it here on the near side board, out of the corner. Wrapped up Sherman battling for it, gets some help from Visa. Back down to Kelly out of the corner. Kelly takes a bit of an elbow in the back, dumped on the play. Back up top for Visa. Visa shot in on net, deflected, stopped cold right in the slot. And the Spitfires take advantage there, back out to center. Moving into the TC zone, they'll dump it and go for the change. Visa's got time and space from behind the net, moves it up to Wiedemeyer. Bouncing puck off a Wiedemeyer stick, looking for Chotvik's chase. Stop right at the Spitfire blue line, they'll turn it right back towards the TC end. Hugh will collect it for Team Colorado back behind Spinks. Pass up to Chotvik's chase. Short pass to Walsh. Walsh now will dump it down. Stopped right inside the Spitfire blue line. We got to get that down lower. Pugh trying to work back out to center now. Chotvik's chase has to back it up inside the TC zone across to Pugh. Pugh now back to Walsh out at center. Walsh is going to dump this in on the Spitfire goaltender. She'll leave it back behind the Spitfire net for their defender. Pass couldn't quite connect out to center. Riedlinger sweeps it up to Walsh. Walsh trying to dump that into the Spitfire zone. And now Choi, good work in the Spitfire corner. Gets it trapped up and some help from Mainwaring. Spitfires come away with possession and they'll work it back out to center. Scooped up by Riedlinger and punches it back into the Spitfire zone offside the call. As Mainwaring was on the change, jumping into the bench. That'll force a face-off out at center ice. 10:39 left to go in the second period. We are still scoreless.
This is Kinsey, number 22, taken with Bella and Rose.
Choi picks it up for Team Colorado on the face-off win from Robinson. Sends one in on net. Spitfire goaltender's going to scoop that up and hold on for the whistle.
Hey, we'll take it. You never know.
Sang-Chung Pupin was on the hunt for a loose puck. But we'll have a face-off to the right of the Spitfire puck stopper. Robinson peels in for the draw. Over to the sideboard. Huang's going to kick that down deep into the Spitfire corner. Massachusetts will come away with possession. They'll make a long pass out to center on the left side. Now connected with a pass right out in the slot. Couldn't quite get a stick on that, I believe. Melina Huang had the Spitfire player tied up just enough. Couldn't get a stick on that. Sang-Chung Cooper trying to intercept that pass. Chipped into the TC zone. Egan battling for it. Down low in the TC zone here on the near side. Now peeling out from the corner and a pass right across the front. Found a Spitfire player's stick, but
back door there, and that was close.
Deflected up into the netting for a stoppage in play.
Yeah, I think our D underestimated the speed of the attack there and came to 2-on-1 awfully quick.
Face off to the left of Spinks. Masiello with the draw for Team Colorado. Deckers trying to push that out to center. Stopped short there on the sideboard by the Spitfires. Now picked up by Rican behind the TC net. Kicks it back to Spinks. Or back to Visa behind Spinks. Masiello couldn't quite corral that. Bouncing puck pass. Now in on net off the crossbar.
Goodness.
Up into the netting.
That counts as a miss, but not by much.
Another solid chance for the Spitfires. They're pouring the pressure on here almost at the midway point of the second period. Now face-off win by Team Colorado. Rican up the boards to Brennick. Couldn't chip it out past the Spitfire defender. Rican will send that to length of the ice. It'll roll in on the Spitfires. Goaltender hops up over the stick. What a rolling puck.
Regan almost had her first of the season on that.
Best chance we've had tonight so
That was
far.
a beautiful looking shot. That was our best opportunity.
If it happens from 200 feet, we'll take it. Now a shot in on Spinks and a glove save made and held for the whistle.
That was a
with the weird bounce.
yeah. We'll take
Yeah,
it.
did you see the way that thing was curved?
Yeah, we should try to draw that up and do that again because that seemed to really work.
It's called the Rican Roller.
The Rican roller. All for it on that.
Face off to the right of Spinks.
This is Lena with Finley and B.
Hugh and Riedlinger on the back end. Now from the left side, point shot blocked there by traffic. Spitfires will pick it up over on the far side. Now back behind Spinks. Spitfires with it on the near side board. Leaves it for the left side point. Shot fired wide. Spitfires trying to kick that back out front. Hits the side of the net. Now back up top to their point. Good pressure there by Sherman. Gets it deflected out to center, forcing a regroup from the Spitfires. Back inside their own zone. Welcome up the pass out of center now. Picked up by Kelly. Kelly trying to kick that to Wiedenmeyer inside the Spitfire zone. Just couldn't quite keep control. Now Spitfires turns Riedlinger inside out. Loose puck scooped away. Kept out of trouble. Now shot from the right side point up over the net. And a miss there. Spitfires now go D to D across the back end. From the sharp angle, hits it outside of the net. Now picked up by Pugh. Cleared out to center. Spitfires will keep the pressure on. Marching back towards the TC zone. Now Kelly breaks it up out at center, but picked back up by the Spitfires, and they're back to work in the TC zone from the left side. Sharp angle shot up over the net. Walsh trying to force that one back out to center. Pugh will pick it up, take it behind Spinks. Short pass up to Wiedemeyer, chips it up for Chotvik's chase. Got back in the Spitfire zone, couldn't keep that one on her stick for the move. Chipped up high and gloved back into the TC zone, offside.
Still 0-0, exactly halfway through, 7:25 left here, and still the Spitfire speed just seems to be a notch above, and it is causing lots of panic for us.
They have not slowed down one bit.
This will be Haley taking the face off with Corinne and Cece on the far side.
Just outside the TC zone. Wong and Egan on the back end. Face off kicked over to the near side board. Spitfires will push it back down into the TC zone. Walsh will take it back behind Spinks. Looking for Chotvik's chase over on the far side board. She'll chip it out to center. Spitfires regrouping back inside their own zone. They'll move it back up the strong side. Intercepted there by Walsh. Just inside the Spitfire zone. Now cleared back out to center. Now into the TC zone. Short 2-on-1 here. Good stick there by Egan to break that up. But another odd man rush for the Spitfires.
That one was blocked, and Molly had to track it.
Spitfires with control in front of their own bench. Now Chotvik's chase along with Huang. Move it out to center to Mainwaring. Just inside the Spitfire zone. Couldn't get it deep. Egan has it trapped up here right in front of us. Get some help from Mainwaring. Egan frees the puck. Looking to move it across to Huang. She goes back to the strong side. Looks for Robinson. Couldn't quite keep that one on the stick. Spitfires will take possession off the glass at the TC bench. And now right back to work. Choi working into the Spitfire zone. A close call on that change. Sang Chung Pupin was there. Spitfires intercept. And they're on the move back out to center into the TC zone. Pass across, blocked there by Rieken. Spitfires intercept back behind the net. Constantly on the move, the Spitfires working the puck inside the TC zone. Shot sent in on net, deflected wide by Rieken. Now down low, Spitfires with control. Centering pass right out in the slot. Shot blocked there once more. Didn't even make its way through to Spinks. Spitfires still maintain the zone. From the far side corner, centering pass blocked. Now over here on the near side, Visa battling two Spitfire players, get some help from Robinson. Visa sends it out to center, forcing the Spitfires to regroup back inside their own zone. Now pass across, off the mark, into the TC zone, scooped up by Rieken. Now up to Sang-Chung Pupin on the near side, gets it up to Robinson. Robinson now will settle for the dump in. That was the end of a long shift for that fourth line. TC gets some fresh legs out now. Spitfires will dump that back down into the TC zone. Visa will pick it up behind Spinks. Rubbed off the puck, but intercepted there by TC. Brennick gets a chip past the Spitfire player. Couldn't quite keep a stick on that. Spitfires take back control. Pass off the mark, kick back into the Spitfire zone, offside. 4:26 left to go in the second period. We are still scoreless. Face off of the outside the Spitfire zone. Masiello, Brennick, Deckers, Pugh, and Riedlinger for Team Colorado. Masiello trying to kick that inside the Spitfire zone. They'll collect it and right back out to center into the TC zone on the left side. Pugh forcing the play to the outside.
That was nice. The Spitfire girls know
Trapped up in the near side corner. And now,
I don't think there's a call on the play.
I think just a frozen puck.
I think when the blades are down like that, people are lying on the ice, the smart call is to blow the whistle.
Agreed.
Blades are sharp. I'm going to change it up. Looks like they're bringing out Nina's line here.
We'll have a face-off to the right of Spinks.
Just the
Wiedemeyer,
forwards.
Sherman, and Kelly. Now for Team Colorado.
Looks like Nina's trying to go to the boards here. She's just driving the player. Didn't work.
Trapped up on the near side board, now picked up by Pugh. She'll send it back around to Riedlinger. Pass up to Sherman, now short one to Kelly. Kelly now on the move, has Wiedmeyer with her. Wiedmeyer fires one towards the net. Spitfire goaltender steps out and grabs that one with the glove and holds for the whistle.
I think I'm going to have to call that a missed shot.
A little bit, way
wide.
outside.
Way wide.
Just a bit outside.
But at least they got it down there and they're driving the net.
We're in the right end of the rink right now. That's what matters most. 3:49 left to go in the second. Face off to the left of the Spitfire goaltender. Wiedmeyer looking for it now. Get some help from Sherman. Sherman's shot attempt deflected up high and over the net. Now the Spitfires regain control in their near side corner. Wiedmeyer trying to keep that alive inside the Massachusetts zone. They'll back it up now, connecting a pass out the center here on the near side. Chipping it inside the TC zone. A bouncing puck couldn't be handled by Riedlinger. Shot just sent wide. Now Pugh with some trouble backs it up to Riedlinger. Up to Sherman. She'll chip it out to center. Massachusetts on the regroup just outside their zone. They'll make their way back into the TC in here on the left side. They'll send it down deep. Battle for it in the far side corner. Taken by Walsh. Walsh long pass looking for Wiedmeyer. Couldn't quite connect. Massachusetts will scoop that up and they'll send it right back up. Working their way back from their own zone. Kick down low. Speedy forechecker for Massachusetts. Working against Pugh. Pugh's able to chip that pass. That pressure. Now up to Chotvik's Chase. Long pass. Chotvik's Chase one-on-one here into the Spitfire zone. Forced to the outside, but still maintains possession back behind the net. Now scooped up the near side wing. Massachusetts now with a 2-on-1 here. Working back into the TC zone. Shot in on Spinks and a loose puck rebound. Kicked in. And that puts Massachusetts on the board with 2:10 left to go here in the second period. A quick transition from Massachusetts. And they draw first blood late in the first or second period.
It was a scary time for a pinch like that and caused that 2-on-1.
They had too much momentum moving out of the zone.
Wow,
Masiello, Brennick, and Deckers now 14 Colorado. Spitfires with possession back inside their own zone, moving it up the far side board. Backhand shoveled out to center. Egan will scoop it up for Team Colorado. Reverses course over in the far side corner now. Shoved off the puck, kicked back behind the net. Massachusetts with control, working their way out to the slot. Turns and fires, and the save made by Spinks. Now back behind the net, Egan for Team Colorado. Moves it up to Brennick. Here on the near side, short pass to Masiello out to center. She'll chip it into the Spitfire zone. Sticks with it, Masiello working out of the near side corner. Spitfires now regain possession. Back out to center. Into the TC zone on the left side, working their way towards the net from the sharp angle. Shot in on Spinks. Save made and held for the whistle.
1:13 to go, 1-0. Gonna need another rake and roller. Get something going.
Something, yeah. We'll take anything we can get right now. Face off to the right of Spinks down deep in the TC territory. Kelly with the draw for Team Colorado, ties it up, kicks it back to Visa. Visa moves it right up the near side board, looking for Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer pressuring inside the Spitfire zone, forcing the regroup lower.
It was the first time we made them regroup on that heavy forecheck by B.
Long pass off the mark for the Spitfires, and that'll go untouched for an icing call with 50.6 seconds. And we'll move back 200 feet into the Spitfire zone for a face-off.
Well, they jumped on them and they forced some errors. That's the first time we've seen 2 errors in their own zone and then throwing it out. So we're going to get an opportunity. Hopefully we can win it back for a shot.
Face off to the left of the Spitfire goaltender. Kelly had the face-off one, just couldn't get it far enough back to Visa. Rican has to scoop it up all the way back down. And Visa's going to get the gate on an interference call as that puck The play was moving back into the TC zone.
They're taught to, be a little frisky to kind of slow down that forecheck, but that was a little too frisky.
A little too much.
So we're going to get a PK going here.
TC will finish the second period on the penalty kill. Face off to the right of Spinks, deep inside the TC zone. Walsh, Riedlinger, Pugh, and Chotvik's Chase get the call for the kill. Massachusetts with the face-off win. They'll move it across to the right side point now. Up top. Shot fired from afar. Loose puck scooped to the side. Massachusetts regains control. Over on the far side. Sent across from the left. Shot fired on Spinks. Good glove there by Molly Spinks. Save and held for the whistle.
That was the 21st shot and probably about the 35th attempt on net. Getting her workout in.
She's definitely not bored out there. 18.3 seconds left on the clock here in the second period. TC trying to hold on. Finish the kill on this. Shot fired just wide left of Spinks. Massachusetts picks it up off the near side board. Now across, looking for the deflection or a shot pass. Now right in on net. Good save made by Spinks, scooped up by Chotvik's Chase, and she'll send it down as time expires. TC gets out of the second period so far unscathed on the second penalty kill. We'll need some answers here in the third.
We sure will. With, I guess, another 49 seconds on the PK.
Pick up some momentum off that, hopefully.
Yeah, feels like if we could just move our feet a little faster to stay with it. We saw that if we can put some pressure on them, they will make mistakes. They've made a lot of clean-looking passes, have the Spitfires, and that's because we just haven't been near enough to cause them to hurry up a bit.
And that wasn't complicated pressure in their zone that caused that icing call. That was just a simple stay on them.
Yeah, staying
Pressure.
on them, and even keeping a hand near them to let them know that you're nearby. But credit Molly. This would have been a romp without her in net here.
Absolutely.
Make a bunch of big stops.
Molly is standing on her head for sure tonight.
See, Greg is going to try to find some inspirational speech over there. I've heard some of his inspirational speeches, by the way. And
I haven't heard one yet.
yeah, there was some vernacular that was used amongst 10-year-old girls, I think, at the time, or maybe they were 12. I don't know, but it got their attention. So I think we're seeing the calmer version right now. Okay, well, try this again. Let's see who's going to kill the rest of this penalty. They have practiced the PKs and putting out Deckers and Lena, and a lot of the PKs just moving your feet and skating around fast. So.
Visa back to the box. 49 seconds still on the penalty clock. Just need a simple 49-second kill, and hopefully picking up a momentum boost off of that will get TC right back into this game. Kelly with the draw, Deckers and Wong on the wings, and Rieken on the back end for the kill. TC with the first initial face-off win of the period. Rieken over to Huang, out, chipped out to center now. Deckers picks it up. Deckers moving into the Spitfire zone, shot in on net, blocker save made. Now Kelly with it down deep in the Spitfire zone. Takes a tumble there in the corner. And now the Spitfires on the move back out to center. They'll chip it down into the TC zone. Rieken picks it up for Team Colorado. She'll send it up high. And a bouncing puck will have enough momentum. Icing will be the call with 11 seconds remaining in the interference call to Visa.
Take it. It's a good kill, no pressure at all during that 30-second stint.
Face-off will be to the right of Spinks. Back deep in the TC territory. Walsh and Chotvik's Chase out for Team Colorado with Huang and Rieken still on the back end. Spitfires with the face-off win, moving it up top. Now over to the far side board. Pass it across. Now picked off by Chotvik's Chase.
No penalties over.
Massachusetts, or Team Colorado back to full strength. Chotvik's Chase dumping that back down into the Spitfire zone. Picking it up back behind the net. Now Mainwaring trying to work her way out to the middle. Backs it up to Chopwick's Chase behind the net. Leaves it for Mainwaring. Mainwaring now with control back behind the Spitfire net. Kicks it up the far side board to Rican. Has to kick it back down low into the Spitfire zone. Mainwaring unable to keep possession. Huang traps it up there on the near side board. Good keep there. Now Belina. Huang making some room. Had Mainwaring out there. Now Walsh couldn't quite get there in time. Spitfires get that out of trouble, and they're back to work into the TC zone. Good back check there by Belina. Huang breaks that up. Pass up to Mainwaring. Looking for the cross-ice pass to Sherman, but deflected just enough. Now Spitfires kicking that back into the TC zone. Across to Huang. Huang's quick pass across to Sherman. A little not too far out of control. Spitfires back inside their own zone. Trying to get it trapped over there on that far side board. Spitfires able to kick it out to center. And back to work in the TC zone. Rican now trying to keep the stick on that, and just off the mark. Had Spinks beat, but couldn't quite get that backhand to work. And Kelly looking for the pass over to Wiedmeyer. Stopped there at center ice. Sherman now trying to move that up the near side board. Taken there by the Spitfires. They'll move it across ice. And sent back down deep into the TC zone. Collected by Riedlinger here on the near side board. Get some help from Kelly. Kelly trying to move that up to Deckers. She'll send it in on the Spitfire goaltender. Spitfires take control back here on the near side. And now Pugh trying to trap that up, looking for the onside call. There we go, Pugh back into Spitfire zone. Shot just wide left. I believe it follow through hit the stick of Spitfire player. Now from the right side, picked off there. Moved back up top to Riedlinger. Back down low behind the Spitfire net. Deckers collects it for Team Colorado. Now Pugh from the left side point, in on net. Almost using the screen, and a leg pad save made there by the Spitfire goaltender. TC showing some signs of life here in the third period, getting a couple more shots in on net.
I think Selena just woke up their goaltender.
I think so.
It was coming fast.
And that was through a nice little screen out front as well, too. Offside the call with the face-off right in front of us. 11:29 left to go in the third period. Spitfires up by a score of 1-0. Robinson kicks that face-off way back to Huang, across to Egan. Up to Sangchong Pupin, couldn't quite connect on the stick. Now trying to kick it into the Spitfire zone. They'll take back position and regroup just inside the blue line. Pass off the mark, collected by Egan back inside the TC zone. Meredith Egan working their way through center. Couldn't quite get that dump deep into the Spitfire zone. They'll turn it back out to center. Picked up by Egan once more, sent back into the Spitfire zone. This time goes deep down below the net, below the goal line. Spitfire player blew a tire there, making way out from behind the net. They're back to work through center into the TC zone on the left side. Shot from afar, deflected wide. Off into the corner now, pass up to Choi. Moves it up to Robinson. Robinson's going to dump that down deep into the Spitfire zone. TC going for the wholesale line change. Massachusetts with plenty of time and space. Easy breakout for Massachusetts. Broken up there by Visa. Massachusetts still maintains the zone. Visa riding her player into the corner. Now short pass up to Chotvik's Chase across to Mainwaring. Mainwaring's going to dump it down into the Spitfire zone. Icing waved off on that one.
Didn't make the red line.
Spitfires with control inside their own zone. Off the back skate, Chotvik's Chase now. Moves it to Walsh. In on net. Walsh with a good shot. Save made by the Spitfire goaltender.
She was looking
Now
for Haley, who had her
Chase.
stick down right in the blue paint.
Spitfires with control coming out of their own zone. They'll backhand a high one out through center into the TC zone. Rican looking for Mainwaring over on that far side. Gets it to Chotvik's, or to Walsh. Walsh over to Chotvik's Chase. She'll dump it down deep into the Massachusetts zone.
Go, Maya.
Spitfires regain control. Mainwaring trying to deflect that breakout pass. Kelly looking for that loose puck. Get some help from Sherman. Sherman trying to push that back into the Spitfire zone. Force a regroup. Now Kelly picks it off. Just has one left to beat. Couldn't quite keep a stick on that. Good pressure there by Kelly, pushing that at least deeper into the Spitfire zone. Now stop short at the Spitfire blue line, but they'll regain possession. The pass up to Sherman. Sherman's pass for Wiedemeyer, deflected deep into the Spitfire zone, and their goaltender will grab that, and Wiedemeyer tries to put the Spitfire player in the net instead of the puck.
That's one of those accidentally on purpose situations that the Whitmire family has perfected. That was a veteran move by B to kind of spin the D right towards the goalie, let her know she's coming.
I'm here. 8:59 left to go in the third period. Face off to the left of the Spitfire netminder. Nice face-off win there for Kelly. Shot blocked by traffic out front, and the Spitfires moving that quickly back through center. Good read there by Riedlinger. Up to Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer's got Sherman here on the left side. Stop short just inside the Spitfire blue line. They'll move it back out to center. From the right side, back into the TC zone. Spitfire still with control out of the corner. They'll send it back behind the TC net. Turnaround pass looking for the front. Blocked there by Spinks. Now right in, almost on the stick of the Spitfire player. Wiedemeyer picks up the loose puck, chips it out to center. Masiello in pursuit. Spitfires will take that all the way back behind their own net. Drop there, now good pressure by Deckers. Trying to break up that advance. Spitfires will get that out to center over on the far side. Riedlinger sidestep. Spitfire still with control inside the TC zone, back behind Spinks. It's a little bit of a stick in the skates there, but no call on that, and takes an odd bounce off the boards. Puck out of play.
Did blow a tire, but it looked bad. It looked bad from here. It must have really looked bad from before. Well, as you said, a little bit of spark of life here.
Definitely showing some signs of life. It's good to see. Got to keep it up. 7:48 left to go in the third period. Still 1-0 for the Spitfires. But TC bringing some pressure, getting some opportunities here at the midpoint of the third. Visa moves it up to Deckers. Now long pass for Brennick, just off the mark. Spitfires will collect that just inside their own zone. They'll move right back through center into the TC zone on the left side. Good stick there from Visa, breaks up that advance. Has it trapped up in the corner now. Short pass looking for Brennick. Brennick's got to get there. Spitfires keep it alive inside the TC zone. Visa and Masiello working for it in that far side corner. Brennick steps in trying to fish that out of the skates. Spitfires take that back. Cross over to the right side point. Shots in on the net. Blocked there by the skate of Rieken. Good shot block there by Reagan Rieken. Now up to Deckers. Long cross ice pass over to Brennick. Brennick all alone chips it into the Spitfire zone. TC going for the change. Spitfires now with plenty of room once more. Easy breakout with some speed into the TC zone. That number 17 for the Spitfires has some wheels. Now pass up to Bainwaring. Across to Chotvik's chase. Maya Chotvik's chase looking for some speed into the Spitfire zone. Peels back towards the corner now up top for Huang. Across to Egan. Egan's shot deflected up high. Spitfires will collect the loose puck. Huang forcing the case just outside the blue line. Now right across. Huang just gets a stick on it, deflecting the pass wide. Now shot from the point, blocked by Chotvik's chase. Pass just behind. But Huang there with a good stick. Keeps the pressure on, sends it across for Mainwaring. Mainwaring now from the right side. Couldn't quite get past the Spitfire defender. Kick back out to center and back into the TC zone. Icing waved off here. Pugh, 4-team Colorado, gets trapped up in that worn out ice behind the TC net. Spitfires with control. Knocked down with a high stick.
I'm going to go ahead and
We'll
take
have a
the
stoppage in
fan
play.
assist award there, because I'm pretty sure I locked eyes with the ref at the red line.
Like, yeah,
and
you saw that.
I let him know just that was a little high.
Face-off comes back into the Spitfire zone to the right of their puck stopper.
It's Kinsey,
Robinson,
Dublin Rose.
Choi, and Sangchung Poopin up front. Riedlinger and Pugh on the back end. Robinson trying to get that trapped in the corner. Spitfires maintain possession, and a long pass right up the middle and a breakaway here for the Spitfires. Spinks unable to make the stop.
Gotta admire the move at full speed. That girl just made a nice little back and forth.
Spitfires double the lead now, 2-0 with 5:20 left to go in the third period.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was just a lot of speed. I don't know how they let that girl right up the middle.
That was a good read on their end,
sure.
identifying that all the way from that back end.
2-0.
Happens that quick in this game.
Shots are 24-8, so we're going to have to get a miracle here, see if something can happen.
Kelly, Sherman, and Wiedemeyer now 14. Colorado, Rican, and Visa on the back end. Visa now trying to get that chipped into the Spitfire zone. They'll move it right back out to center. Back into the TC zone, long shot, stick the side there by Spinks. Now back behind the TC goal line. Spitfires with control. Reagan trying to wrestle that puck off the Spitfire stick. A good stick by Visa. Kicks that loose. Spitfires maintain the zone. They'll send it back down deep in the TC. And Rican looking forward over on the far side. Kick back behind Spinks. Visa now. Backhand pass up to Sherman. Sherman's going to chip that out through center. Picked up by the Spitfires just inside their own zone. Quick regroup and a transition back through center. Shot blocked there by Visa. Over here on the near side board, sent down deep. Back behind the TC net, Rican. A brick wall back behind the TC net. Sherman chips that back into the Spitfire zone. Masiello looking for it. Spitfire's able to clear. Rican trying to move that back towards the Spitfire zone. Now Masiello is going to send it down deep into the Massachusetts end. Spitfires pick up possession. They're back out to center into the TC zone on the left side. Kept on the outside by Egan. Now back to the right side point. Pass off the mark. TC takes advantage. Can't quite get it out to center though. Massachusetts able to maintain the zone. Now Huang for Team Colorado looking for Masiello. Just a step behind. Now cleared out to center. Massachusetts will go right back into the TC zone. Egan picks up the dump-in attempt. Will go up the right side for Deckers. I'm sorry, that's Brennick over on the right side. Sent down deep into the Spitfire zone. Deckers in pursuit on the forecheck. Picks up the loose puck. Had Walsh out in the slot, but now Mainwaring fresh off the bench. Shot from afar. Blocker save made by the Massachusetts goaltender. They'll send it up through center, back into the TC zone.
3 to go here in the third period, 2-0.
We need to see at least one. Let's go, ladies. Chocolate Chase moving that up to Walsh. Across to Mainwaring, she'll send it deep into the Spitfire zone. They'll collect it back behind their own net. Walsh looking for it on the forecheck. Now Mainwaring trying to make something happen. Spitfires now almost freeing another player on the pass through the middle. Mainwaring will dump that back down into the Spitfire zone. TC with more fresh legs coming their way. Chipped out through center, back into the TC zone. Pugh will pick it up for Team Colorado. Pugh pestered by the forecheck of the Spitfires, and they'll take back possession now. Looking out front, pass across just off the mark. Had a Spitfire stick there, just couldn't connect. And now Wiedemeyer.
2 to go.
Trying to keep it alive inside the Spitfire zone. They'll have to back it up once more. Sherman trying to pester as well too now. Pass connected out at center. Cross on the right side, back into the TC zone. Spitfire player stops short, sends it down into the far side corner. Hugh now battling a Spitfire player over on that far side. Backhand pass behind the back. Couldn't quite connect for the Spitfires. Sherman trying to relieve the pressure, sending one. Shot from the point on a rolling puck. Gloved down by Spinks and held for the whistle. 1:19 remaining in the third period. We'll have a face-off deep in the TC zone to the left of Spinks.
I don't think we're pulling the goalie because of the tournament rules. They don't want to let a cheapie get in on them.
Keep the goals against down.
I feel like 2 losses probably doesn't matter.
Probably not at this point. Face-off pushed over to the near side boards. Now picked up by Rican. We're trying to move it up to Sangchong Pupin. Back up top on the point. Weak shot sent towards the net. Picked off there by Brennick.
There you go, two of yous.
Up to Masiello. Now Decker streaking for the net. Masiello couldn't quite get a pass collected there. And the Spitfires back to work in the TC zone. Shot from afar. Wide and high. Off the dasher. Pops up high. Now in the near side corner. Deckers will collect it on the board. Short pass out to center, picked off there by the Spitfires. Now back to work in the zone. Long shot, glove down by Spinks, and held for the whistle.
Yeah, the defensive zone face-off. They're not pulling any goalies. So this will be it. 24 seconds to go. I did like the slap shot. I mean, the 80s are not over as long as there's someone willing to still break out the slap.
We've got to have a slap shot in the game. Walsh will take the draw for Team Colorado to the left of Spinks, won by the Spitfires. They'll kick it back down deep into the TC zone. Egan backs that up in the corner to Huang. Looking for Chopic's chase. Out at center. Now Huang back into the Spitfire zone. Looking for one last spark of something. Back into the TC zone, and that'll do it. Time expires, and TC still unable to generate any offensive scoring in the second game here. Another 2-0 loss, this time at the hands of the Massachusetts Spitfires.
Yeah, that was a fast team. They came in
They
ranked underneath the team we played this morning, the Polar Bears. But that was a very quick team and a lot of high skill, making plays at high speed. So credit the girls for keeping it down at 2-0. A lot of that was Molly having a good game.
Molly had an absolutely amazing game. Some great saves. Tomorrow morning's game, 11 o'clock Eastern, against the New Jersey Colonials, right back here at the Edge Sports Center in Bedford.
So you go to church, you go to the hockey game or watch that, or you go to the liquor store.
You got to make a choice, right?
I knew a guy wrote a song about that one time. Oh, well, anyway, hopefully the girls will still have a little confidence going after that. That was, as I said, women versus the girls tonight. That score at 2-0 doesn't reflect the play. They were on top of us, so that's how you play hockey, folks. That was a very, very good effort by the Spitfires. So we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock Eastern.
Maybe gonna go drink a beer or two.
I think we all need it after this one.
I think Sam Adams is from this place, so let's go do it. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Doug is a master. You guys are Doug's professional.